Hello and welcome to Left, Right and Centre. Tonight, the truth behind the Elgar Parishad, the gathering accused of inciting riots and also naming names as to who's responsible for rising fuel prices. First, the focus is on the arrest of 10 individuals, mostly left-leaning activists and intellectuals for Maoist links. Now, at the core of the charges against them is that they incited violence during a gathering called the Elgar Parishad in Pune in December last year. This was a gathering of left and Ambedkarite groups ahead of a celebration of the anniversary of the Bhima-Koregaon battle, where a small scheduled caste regiment had defeated the forces of the Peshwas hundreds of years ago. Now, the police have said that it was incendiary speeches at the Parishad which led to the Bhima-Koregaon riots, where one person was killed, and that all of this was planned by Maoists. The basis for this were two FIRs which were lodged. One which named participants in the event like Umar Khalid and Jignesh Mevani, and the other which named 6 participants, all from Maharashtra and mostly from left organizations. So we actually tracked down the speeches made during the gathering to understand whether those accused in the FIRs or indeed the gathering itself had made statements that could be seen as anti-India or calling for violence. We found that the police and those who made the accusations seem to have ignored, deliberately or otherwise, a key moment in the gathering, the oath taken at the end of the event. It is taken in Marathi, and the gathering pledges to protect the constitution and democracy and oppose anyone who challenges it. The great irony, the lady who you will see leading the oath is named in one of the FIRs as a Maoist sympathizer. We have to warn you though, the quality of the video is poor. Let's watch.
आज भीमा-कोरेगाव शौर्य दिनाच्या द्विशताब्दी निमित्ताने मी ही प्रतिज्ञा घेत आहे की मी देशातल्या संविधानाचं आणि लोकशाहीचं संरक्षण करेन. हे करत असताना मी स्वतःला कोणत्याही परिस्थितीत आर्थिक व वैचारिकरित्या विकणार नाही आणि मी संविधानाच्या विरोधात असणाऱ्या कोणत्याही संघटनेला मदत करणार नाही. संविधान विरोधी आरएसएस प्रणीत भारतीय जनता पार्टीला मी यापुढे कधीही मत देणार नाही.
All right, so a so-called Maoist gathering pledges to protect the constitution. Let's now play you key excerpts of some of the other individual speeches by the speakers who've been accused or even arrested. The first is by Sudhir Dhawale, a poet and the publisher of Vidrohi, a left-leaning Marathi magazine. He was one of the 5 people arrested in the first round of arrests by the police and is presently in jail. This is what he says. He begins, or the portion that we are playing you begins with a provocative poem.
शहर में और अगर बगावत ना हो तो बेहतर हो कि ये रात ढलने के पहले ये शहर जलकर राख हो जाए, ये शहर जलकर राख हो जाए. साथियों, ये जो सत्र है, ये सत्र का टाइटल ही अपने आप में एक लड़ाई का ऐलान है, जो बोलता है कि ये नवी पेशवाई को, ये नया पेशवाई को हमको स्मशान घाट में, कब्रिस्तान में दफना देना है. तो ये दफनाने का जो विषय है, ये विषय को अगर हमको समझना है तो हमें सबसे पहले ये नई पेशवाई को समझना होगा और ये नई पेशवाई के खिलाफ में जंग का ऐलान करते हुए हमें सबसे पहले वो जो नवी पेशवाई को लेके चलने वाले आरएसएस है, वो आरएसएस से इस देश को मुक्त करना होगा.
Now, the reference to the new Peshwai is a reference to the Peshwa rule of the Marathas, considered by some to be oppressive to lower castes. Dhawale, like many of the speakers, draws a comparison between the Peshwas of old and the current BJP government, which they describe as the new Peshwai. Now, here's a speech from Jignesh Mewani, the Congress MLA from Gujarat, who speaks of saving democracy and the constitution by uprooting the Modi government.
संघ परिवार के इशारों पर इस देश के लोकतंत्र को खत्म किया जाए और इस देश के संविधान को बदला जाए। हम ये कहना चाहते हैं कि गुजरात में तुम्हारे 150 सीटों के घमंड को यदि 99 पे लाकर खड़ा किया है तो 2019 में भी तुमको हरा के दिखाएंगे। जेल के अंदर चंद्रशेखर आजाद लड़ रहे हैं, जेल के बाहर साथी उमर और विनय प्रताप लड़ रहे हैं, किसान और मजदूर लड़ रहे हैं। मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है यदि हम सारे लोग एक बार भी एक हो गए 110% केस में मोदी जी को घर बिठाएंगे और इस देश के लोकतंत्र को बचाएंगे, इस देश के संविधान को बचाएंगे। और आखिर में सिर्फ इतना ही कहूंगा कि कर्नाटक में भी चुनाव आ रहे हैं, मध्य प्रदेश में भी चुनाव आ रहे हैं, राजस्थान में भी चुनाव आ रहे हैं। सारी वो संस्थाएं, सारी वो संगठन, सारी वो पॉलिटिकल पार्टियों को मैं इतना कहना चाहता हूं कि सारे मतभेद भूलकर एक मंच पर आ जाओ। चुनाव में कौन जीतेगा कर्नाटक में, मध्य प्रदेश में, राजस्थान में, उसमें मुझे दिलचस्पी नहीं है। भाजपा हारना चाहिए, इसमें मुझे दिलचस्पी है। और इसलिए हारना चाहिए कि ये फांसीवादी ताकत है, ये वो ताकत है जो हिटलर और मुसोलिनी की फिलोसफी में यकीन रखते हैं। तो एक तरफ वो लोग हैं जो सावरकर और गौलरकर में मानते हैं, दूसरी तरफ हम वो लोग हैं जो सावित्रीबाई फुले, शहीद आजम भगत सिंह और बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर में मानते हैं।
So the same rhetoric of taking on the BJP, the RSS and the Modi government is also voiced by Umar Khalid, the left-wing student activist from JNU, who also frames the opposition to the current regime as part of the project of saving the constitution.
जहां तक पुणे और महाराष्ट्र की बात है तो इस शहर को और इस राज्य को हम आरएसएस के लिए याद नहीं करते, इस शहर को और इस राज्य को हम छत्रपति शिवाजी के लिए याद करते हैं। इस शहर को और इस राज्य को हम ज्योतिबा फूले और सावित्रीबाई फूले के लिए याद करते हैं। इस शहर को और राज्य को सिर्फ हम जुल्म के इतिहास के लिए याद नहीं करते, जुल्म के खिलाफ निडर लड़ने के लिए भी याद करते हैं। सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी अगर किसी चीज के लिए याद करते हैं तो इस राज्य को हम दलित पैंथर के लिए याद करते हैं। इस राज्य को हम बाबा साहब भीमराव अम्बेडकर के लिए याद करते हैं। हमारे देश में ऊंच नीच की परंपरा, गैर बराबरी की परंपरा, जातिवाद की परंपरा क्या इस देश में मुसलमान लेकर आए थे, मुगल लेकर आए थे? ये मनुवादी समस्या है। तो मोदी साहब एक बात आप कान खोल के सुन लीजिए, चाहे वो मुसलमान हो या वो ईसाई हो, वो इस देश के किराएदार नहीं है, वो भी इस देश के उतने बड़े मालिक है जितना और कोई समुदाय है। ये लोग और ये ताकतें मानवता विरोधी ताकतें हैं, इनके खतरे को हमको समझना जरूरी है। आज के समय सिर्फ लोकशाही और संविधान नहीं, हमको मानवता को बचाना है। आज इस देश में मानवता खतरे में है।
All right, joining me tonight on Left, Right and Centre via Skype, we have with us Justice Kolse Patil, one of the organisers of the Elgar Parishad. Also here with us, Desh Ratan Nigam, he's a political analyst, someone who supports the RSS. Vrinda Grover, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court, is with us. She's representing some of the accused in this case. Prashant Bhushan, Senior Advocate also of the Supreme Court with us. He is one of those who actually moved that petition in the Supreme Court. And also Sandeep Singh, author and founder Swastik, a right-wing activist, joining us on the show tonight. Now, Justice Kolse Patil, if I can just start with you, that we heard now these speeches And particularly we heard that oath which was taken at the end to basically pledge an oath to the Constitution. I just want you to validate the fact that that did happen, because, you know, these are videos that we've sourced from public platforms. So there was this oath at the end?
Yes, it was at the end. And Srinivasan, I must tell you the one fact before this conference.
Yes.
We had taken one more conference at the same venue on 4th of October 2015.
Right.
And then also we declared we want RSS Mukta Bharat.
Right.
So this is the in continuation we had organized this.
No, but the important point here, the important point, because this is being seen now as some kind of Maoist gathering, and here you are taking an oath to save the Constitution and to support the Constitution and oppose anybody who criticizes it, correct? This is
this Maoist who were arrested after our Elgar Parishad, and that too after 6 months or months together.
Yes.
They were not part of this conference, Parishad. Only Dhaule,
yes,
who was honorably acquitted by Sessions Court and High Court,
yes,
with a remark against government that you people have destroying the youths of this country by giving them or arresting them in this fashion. So Dhaule was acquitted, and we wanted to have all like-minded secular people to gather on 31st December.
Okay.
At Shawarwada.
All right. Before I go to the others, I want one more clarification from you, that when it came to Mr. Dhaule, he did give a speech, he did make comments about how he said that the city should be burned to ashes before dawn. Now, how do you read that?
It's a part of some poem here.
Okay.
How can a person there in our presence can talk about the burning of some city?
Right.
So this was a part of some poem, and he is a poetic person. He is a writer. He is leftist.
Okay.
He has been writing against capitalism.
Right.
Against Manuvadi and Manivadi system.
Right.
He's a leftist.
Okay. Okay. That you're saying this is part of his poetry, its poetic license.
That's
now,
right.
That could be debated. But I want to come to Deshratan Nigam. Deshratan Nigam, you have an extraordinary situation where a gathering which is accused of having some sort of Maoist links, Maoist conspiracy, this is the violence that was supposedly incited here. If you look at the tone and tenor of it, where is the evidence? See, you have people taking a pledge to save the Constitution. We heard that. The entire gathering in one voice says they want to pledge to save the Constitution. Isn't this increasingly making the police case look extremely weak?
No, certainly not. The reasoning, what we are seeing is there were many speeches. These were not the only speeches you have shown. There were other speeches also, and the pamphlet also. If you notice the pamphlet,
they were totally 6 to 7 speeches, of which we've shown 3. So we've shown 50% of the speeches. So the other speakers, do you know who the other speakers were?
See, I am not even going to comment on the content. Reason being, the matter.
Why not? That's the basis of the entire case.
So matter was further investigated. During investigation, so many other things came out, and the evidence. I have not seen that evidence, frankly telling you. Yeah. Neither the public is supposed to see that evidence right now. It will come at the stage of a charge sheet. Police, by flashing that evidence in public, has done something wrong. They should not have flashed that evidence.
They've done it.
No, they should not have done it.
Well, I am still very whether they shouldn't or they should, but the fact is they've done it. The case pertains, hold on, the entire inception of the case, the FIR, still pertains to the Elgar Parishad. Therefore, and suggesting that this was some kind of seditious Maoist event, and we've just heard exactly what happened there. Vrinda Grover, when you heard,
so many things are being investigated. FIR is just a first information.
Right.
Number of things may be added later. Sections may be added later.
Okay, fine. Let's just bring others
into it.
People
may also be added later.
Okay.
So the fact remains, there is no evidence right now in public domain.
Okay. Vrinda Grover, respond to these speeches now, where clearly we can see speaker after speaker coming out and essentially talking about defending the Constitution. It's anti-BJP, clearly, it's anti-RSS, but is it anti-national?
Well, not at all. I think the BJP's main slogan which has been mouthed by every leader of the BJP, has been Congress Mukt Bharat, which they have the freedom as well as as part of their politics, they can always assert. Citizens of this country coming together and asserting that they must defend the Constitution. This is what we should hope every citizen of India is actually doing, and which should actually be our constitutional duty. Clearly, there is a threat being perceived to the Constitution, and it is something that we have repeatedly heard people speak of. We've heard this come from all quarters in the last few years, given the turn of events. It is also documented as part of RSS ideology that they do not owe allegiance to the Constitution, that their vision of India is different from the vision of the Indian Constitution. So there is obviously a contestation of ideas taking place.
No, but hold on.
And if the BJP is going to openly saying that they are affiliated to the RSS, clearly therefore there is a contestation of ideas, and in this contestation the Indian Constitution must come supreme.
Okay, we'll come to that. We'll come to the question of the RSS in a second. I know you want to contest that.
These are fundamental freedoms being exercised
by
citizens of India.
Okay, just a second, Mr. Nigam.
Why is the exercise and the
I need to move on to the others.
So frightening to the government?
Okay, Vrinda, I need to move on to the others. The fact is, Sandeep Singh, and I'm coming to you, Prashant Bhushan, in a second. The fact is, Sandeep Singh, you have your hand up. The fact is that you say, or the police says, the entire case is based on this Elgar Parishad. No one has so far played in this detail the videos of what actually happened there. Justice Kolse Patil says that 6 to 7 people spoke. We played 3 of those videos. The other speakers included Justice Kolse Patil himself. Soni Sori spoke. These were the other speakers. Prakash Ambedkar. This was the total number of speakers who, am I right, Justice Kolse Patil? These were the others?
That Hyderabad student's mother.
Rohit Vemula's mother. Rohit Vemula's mother.
One more person from army, that from Uttar Pradesh.
Yes.
But they spoke only 2 or 3 minutes, sir. And no substance like this.
Okay, so Sandeep,
their speeches.
Okay, so Sandeep Singh, here's a bizarre situation where a young woman who's leading the oath to pledge allegiance to the Constitution is actually named in an FIR for being a Maoist.
Well, I think
Isn't
the first thing that Vrinda Grover should answer is give a proof that where does she found that RSS doesn't owe allegiance to Constitution.
Okay,
because she has made a very serious charge on a national TV.
Okay, let's not get into that right now.
No, but
I'm not. Why should not I?
That's a serious.
Your whole organization has been accused. Why should we move further?
Because we're not here to debate the RSS. We're not here to debate the RSS.
No, why did she make a point? Let her apologize or put a proof.
My dear,
she can't walk away with such kinds of statements.
Okay,
well, I can answer that question.
She's not a poet, right? She doesn't have a poetic license to burn.
Okay, Sandeep Singh, hold on. Let's assume. Okay, you're saying that's total rubbish. The RSS has no such ideology. Accepted. Fine. Let's move on from this debate and answer my question. How does a woman, a young woman, who is taking a pledge to defend the Constitution, become a Maoist in the eyes of the police?
Well, if you ask Vijay Mallya or Nirav Modi, they will also say that we believe in Indian Constitution. That doesn't make them a less criminal. So, and it was a Congress
Maoist,
UPA 2 which bought a constitution,
UPA this is a
unprotected law which said criminal by association.
So you're saying this is an attempt to cover up the fact that you're a Maoist. This is a kind of Maoist ploy. You go and publicly take an oath in front of thousands of people that you support the Constitution, but actually inside you're a Maoist. That's an extraordinary claim.
Yes, why not?
Okay, Prashant Bhushan.
Why not? Jignesh Mawani is officially, pictures are available where he has accepted money from PFI. So what do you call this?
So what?
And you come back and say, yes, I protect the Constitution.
What does that have to do with being an actor? Okay, Prashant Bhushan, I want to ask you that we are now just 2 days away from the Supreme Court hearing in this case. Now, what do you make of the fact that, because this is going to be a test of the Maharashtra government's claims that they have all this incriminating evidence, Do you think that their case, as we go closer to that date, is getting stronger, or as more and more of this evidence comes out, it's raising serious questions about the nature of the case, the nature of the evidence?
बंद कर रहे.
It's clearly the whole case is based on certain extraordinary claims. The FIR is registered on the basis that these people raised Maoist slogans, or that these people made inflammatory speeches inciting people to violence and disorder, etc. There is no evidence of that in the speeches. In fact, the speaker saying that we should all oppose the RSS and the BJP is being equated to Maoism, is being called urban Naxals. It's like this girl who was arrested yesterday from a flight when she said, "Down, down, fascist BJP." The public prosecutor in this case says that these people should be given police remand because they have formed an anti-fascist front. I mean, forming an anti-fascist front is supposed to be a big crime. Saying "down, down, fascist BJP" is supposed to be a big crime, and this gentleman is saying, how is the RSS anti-constitution? The RSS is pledged to creating a Hindu Rashtra. If that is not anti-constitutional, what is anti-constitutional?
Okay, I don't want to, you know,
then you should read the definition of Hindu Rashtra of RSS. Then you must read the definition of Hindu Rashtra of RSS.
I'm trying to see if we can stay on the ball on this and not move into this RSS debate, but I come back to that point, Deshratan Nigam, that how is being anti-BJP or anti-RSS being construed as anti-national?
See, certain evidence during investigation has come out, and there are links that police is claiming. It has to be tested in a court of law. That link was also there during Congress's time. Congress tried its best to break the back of that movement. They arrested people.
The Maoist, you're talking about the Maoist.
Naxalism. And urban
Naxalism, look, again, Naxalism, nobody can defend Naxalism. I don't defend it. I think
it's abhorrent. Therefore, the
how is this gathering and these speeches and this event linked to Naxalism?
From there, they have been
clearly stated. We just heard the anti-BJP, they're using strong language about the BJP or the RSS.
This is not about, let us be very clear, this is not about BJP, RSS or Congress. This is about waging a guerrilla warfare, which has been found during investigation about the state, about overturning the constitutionally elected governments, about wiping out armed forces, having guerrilla warfare. These are the things which are being claimed by the police.
Has a hand up. Let me go to Vrinda Grover. Let me go to Vrinda Grover.
Let me complete my point. Which is being claimed by the police.
And
that evidence is going to come on record.
You said that.
Let's not jump the gun right now.
Okay, fine. It's actually the police has got a rap on its knuckles from the High Court for actually putting out all that evidence while the investigation is going on.
I clearly say
Vrinda Grover, the fact is that the police could turn around and say that, okay, Elgar Parishad, were speeches made that suggested Maoist incitement or not is one thing, but we've gone well beyond that. And we found all this evidence of a much wider conspiracy going all the way up to a plot to target the Prime Minister himself.
Well, the police could well say anything, and here the police clearly likes to speak more to the press rather than to the court. Neither before the Pune court, nor before the courts where remand was being sought, nor before the Supreme Court of India have any document been placed. It's very nice of Mr. Nitham to say that, they should not do this. But it cannot be ignored that they have done it. In fact, the letter against Sudha Bharadwaj first surfaced before Republic TV in July 2018. We cannot put away or set aside that there is a deliberate strategy being adopted by the police to create prejudice against the work of these human rights defenders, human rights lawyers, writers, activists, and it is systematically being done. So is this the way a serious investigation, an investigation in which you claim and according to me completely false and malicious claims are being made, that there is such a grave threat. And what do? You start releasing these letters to certain media houses. Who is being irresponsible? Who is being frivolous over here?
Okay.
Who is actually not treating anybody's security in this country seriously?
All right,
the Pune police. Therefore, what is the inference to be drawn? This is purely a political machination.
Okay,
and when was the last time we heard FIRs that there is an attack about to be made on a chief minister, which was the preface to every other killing? So we have to locate it politically.
Okay, fine. Let me bring in Sandeep Singh.
Is to create a public opinion,
okay,
maligning these persons.
Okay,
with
let
not
me bring
a
in
shred of
Sandeep.
Evidence.
Let me bring in Sandeep Singh. Sandeep Singh, respond to this charge that this is an attempt to try and create a sort of trial by media. You leak a whole lot of stuff to the media. It's not clear whether it's been fully authenticated or not. The core videos which form the basis of the allegation now, as we see, clearly suggest that there's nothing which one could see as criminal or Maoist or any of that. So what's going on? Sandeep Singh, is it politics? As Vrinda Grover is saying that this is just simply politics, that you want to shut down these group of people because they are basically against your ideology.
Well, this allegation has been made from the day one this government came into power. It's been 4.5 years and these people keep shouting the same thing every day and nobody has stopped them. So I wonder, what's the basis of this argument? And I find this argument that police should not have gone to the press quite hilarious, frankly. We have seen Supreme Court judges coming out and doing a press conference so that their voices can be heard. So what's wrong if police is being attacked from everywhere and if they come to do a press conference? I don't see anything wrong in that.
So hold on.
The way
if
the path
Supreme
has been
Court
paved by the
judges do
judges
it,
of
anybody,
Supreme
the
Court.
police can do it. So if that's wrong, this is wrong. So two wrongs don't necessarily make a right.
But everybody thought Supreme Court judges were right.
No, who's everybody?
What a completely
Who's everybody?
baseless analogy is being drawn. It's absolutely scandalous analogy.
This is an ongoing investigation.
Hurts. It really hurts hard.
This is an ongoing investigation. This is by the way, can I tell you, Sandeep Singh, that I interviewed Mr. Parambir Singh, who's the IT law and order.
You have no respect for rights of any persons, any citizen of this country.
We learned from Maoist and leftist what we studied in our school book throughout the year.
Sandeep Singh,
that is what we have
Sandeep
grown.
Singh, just a second, listen to me.
We had. Till the time we had leftists rule this country.
Sandeep Singh, listen to me.
Sandeep Singh, listen to me. Right from Nehru's time till date.
Okay, just a second. Sandeep Singh, listen to me. The IG of Maharashtra told me that
you can carry on with your diatribe against Maoists and leftists. I have nothing to do with either of them.
The emails are not been authenticated yet.
The fact is that you are not.
Okay, this is getting into a side discussion. Vrinda and Sandeep Singh.
It. I didn't.
Vrinda and Sandeep Singh. Just a second. Just hold on. Mr. Justice Kolse Patil, let me come back to you. So now you have a situation where one of those who did attend and did speak at the Elgar Parishad has been arrested and he remains in jail. In fact, the 6 of them who were arrested earlier, they are still in jail. The police has now sought an additional time to file a charge sheet against them. For whatever reason, their arrest did not derive this kind of outrage that we saw with the recent set of arrests. But are you following that case and what is happening to them?
Yes, I have been following all the cases, all 10 people. But here, see, there is no, even after 90 days, if the case is so serious, plot of committing murder of PM and CM.
Yes.
Police have not been able to file charge sheet up to 90 days also. They have to go to court and seek extension of time. This is killing time and keeping them in jail. I need to because they don't have any evidence. And therefore, this is the usual tactics of police.
Right.
That even they don't have evidence, they cannot bring case to the court.
Yeah.
They seek extension.
Okay.
First thing. Second thing, only one person was on our state, that is Dhaule, who was honorably acquitted by High Court, and therefore we sought his help in contacting all 300, 400 organizations in the country.
Right.
So that doesn't mean that he was the sole person who took this. Yes.
All right. Okay. Understood. Thank you very much indeed. We're out of time. We'll have to leave it there. We will track this big story. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we're going to now debunk the claims made by all political parties about the fuel price hike. We're going to be naming names. That's in a moment from now.